But you didn't say why I was shaking and crying. You just said some part of it. You just brought out that part of me shaking and crying. You didn't say why I was shaking and crying and saying that I can't forgive you. Even though you added to the things I said that day. Timileni, you didn't come and tell them why I was shaking. You touched my sister, Timileni. How do you expect me not to shake? I was shaking because I was so upset. I was so upset. There's nobody it would happen to that will not be upset. I have not seen that person. Show me that person. Bring that person to me. I am so upset because you promised not to touch that girl. You said that you when I was seeing some signs and I was talking to you about it, you said that I was overthinking things, that I was looking down on you because I know about your weakness, that I know about your struggles, or what word were you using? You were screaming. You said that, oh, would I be able to come and talk to you if I don't know about the things that you are struggling with, because you always call it struggle. And I knew that this is not about struggle. I said to him, you must not touch this girl. What did you do? You told her to come all the way from school outside Lagos to meet you in the hotel for 3 days, watching her have a bath, touching her, sending her your nudes, asking for I can't even go, even begging her. And you think that my sister will tell me that kind of thing and I will not tremble, I will not be angry? How do you not expect me to be angry, Timileni? That's why that day I said, when you were saying give me opportunity to make it up, I was angry. I
So
was
you guys,
shaking.
after
I
Juliana
didn't know how.
posted
And
this
that's why I told
video
your wife that I don't know how to
on
forgive you.
her Instagram, Mr. Adigun posted, Juliana, again, I hope you find peace. I will not respond in a video to your new video because I've apologized to the church and the world at large for the wrongs. I made a promise to the world in December 2020 and I have kept to it. I'm thankful for those who have chosen to believe yet again. We are building and growing again, and with God, we rejoice in the speedy restoration. The second part says, for those concerned for me and asking me to stop responding, if I was brought before a court, I would have to talk, or my lawyer talk. I have been brought before social media jury. I have to speak the truth, but it is still up to individuals to determine what to believe. That said, I want to make it public here that I'm ready to stand before any court or panel, and I'm ready to be investigated. When you know you have told the truth, there is no more fear. I never sexually abused anyone. I have facts, figures, and dates. What I was guilty of, I owned up to and apologized for. The next I want to see is a subpoena. This is a very sensitive matter, and I'm trying to choose my words, you guys, so that I'm not misconstrued. So I've listened to Juliana and I've listened to Pastor Adigun, and I had to go back to read Juliana's book. If you guys don't know, she wrote a book in 2017 called Rebirth, like a memoir of some sort about her life. So I had to go back, and because I wanted to really understand where Juliana is coming from, okay? Before I give my opinion, I want to talk about the facts that new matters are rising, because we already mentioned some facts yesterday. If you haven't watched that other video, please go and watch them. Now we have moved from password, business manager, relationship to an accusation that her sister was abused by Pastor TIMI. And based on her story that we just listened to, the girl was invited to a hotel for 3 days where her younger sister and Mr. Adigun allegedly had an affair, and that she begged him not to touch the sister. Now, it is quite unfortunate that we're having this conversation about a man of God, but it is what it is, and it is in the public domain, so we need to talk about it. All right. So I have it's very unfortunate, like Mr. Adigun has already gone through his own share of public backlash in 2020, so I'm not about to repeat that. I just have a couple of questions because I like to be objective. So I would like to know how old is this sister of Juliana? Is she 16? Is she 15? Is she 20? Is she 21? I would love to have those facts because I tried to research this sister of hers, but I couldn't get any information. Even in her book, she didn't mention that particular sister. So anybody who has that information, please share. And what sort of conversation would you be having with a pastor to say that, please don't touch my sister, release her, and the pastor refused to release her? I was it some sort of cult? I want to understand your scenario, you guys, because I still stand on the video that I made yesterday that these two people had. So obviously, let me digress because I've read her book, and in one of the chapters I observed something, and when I was reading it I was like, this is the genesis of this guy's problem, because according to her, this man is about 35 years old. So if these things happened in 2016, then the presumption is that he must have been in his 20s then when this happened, and he was already married. And as a married man in your 20s, they began to house female members of their teenage ministry, including Juliana here and some of her friends, has stated in her book. And I'm wondering, and I don't know whether it is naivety or I don't even know what to call it. When I saw that, I was like, I will bring out this thing, let's read it. This video might be unnecessarily long, but we're going to read it. And I saw it, I was like, really, what am I reading? They came to her mother's house. Pastor Timi sowed a seed or gave the mother 50,000. The ministry gave the mother 50,000, and they prayed, and she went to live with them. And at the time, she had not got into the university. She was writing JAM. And there's a particular place in her book where she mentioned that there was a day, because Mr. Timi's wife used to work as a manager in Health Plus pharmacy, and she was not at home that particular day. In fact, let me just bring it out. Let's read it, okay? Page 90 of her 94. The next JAM exam period came, and they paid for the 6 of us. They paid for our tutorials again. They paid for a month, but we did not like the style of teaching at that center, so we were asked to read at home. There was a big reading room in the house. D, however, made a deal with us. He said we would stop going to the tutorial if we promised to read from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. plus 2 hours of study at night. We agreed to the deal. At nights, if we were not up, D or Mama would come wake us up. One day, however, I could not bottle up my fears and worries anymore. It had gotten overwhelming. I felt I was going to explode because even though I had been studying, I feared I would not get into school again. I was in the reading room that day with others, but there was a battle in my mind. I could not read the letters in the book. The more I tried, the fainter the letters got. Tears blurred my vision. I dropped the book and ran upstairs. Thankfully, D was in the living room at the time. I fell at his feet and wept. What is the matter? Are you okay? He asked questions concerned for me. Mama was at work. If she was home, he would have called her to join him. Mama, a pharmacist at that time, worked as a manager at Health Plus GRA Ikeja. For over 15 minutes, I just sobbed at his feet, shaking with tears running down my eyes and mucor dripping out of my nose. I could not speak. "Take it easy on yourself, Juliana," he said, and asked what was wrong. I still could not speak up. "I speak peace to you, Juliana. What is wrong? Speak now," he said. And immediately I found my voice and the war in my mind stopped. Oh, Jehovah Nissi. Oh, Timi Adigun and wife. Timi Adigun's wife. You not try. Let me just tell you the truth. Anyway, so Juliana, you just gave us an overview of what really has happened in this your book, because you guys I've not even I don't even want to get ahead of myself, because the book is, Juliana is a very, she has the secrets to this whole matter is inside that book. Let me just tell you the truth. So why did pastor and pastor Mrs. gather people in their house, young marriage? That's the first question that I have. And it is very clear from this write-up that Mr. Adigun and Juliana had a more intimate relationship, that she's not coming through. She has not said the truth, because she has not said the whole truth. She's coming small by small. We're still going to get there because we've not gotten there. Now she's telling the story of her sister, who she's alleging that this man also abused, but he's saying that he did not abuse the sister and that he has apologized for his wrongdoings. Gogo, I want to ask Juliana, so what exactly is the issue now? Do you want to press charges, or does your sister want to press charges against Mr. Adigun, or what exactly do you want? Because yesterday I was saying that this matter is beyond password matter, and like I was asking earlier on, how old is your sister? Is she a minor, or was it two consenting adults having an adulterous relationship? I would like to know that. And I would let me just conclude by saying, Juliana, stop playing victim. If you read Juliana's book, and I went on Naira Land, I was just like, okay, let me research this girl, and I don't know how true that is, but some people that said they were her classmates as far back as 2017 in that Naira Land thread were saying Juliana likes to pretend, and that in secondary school she had a scandalous reputation. And if you read her book, she had affairs with her music teacher, although she in that book she was claiming victim. She also had there was a situation, let me call it that, with a pastor who wanted to do cleansing for her and all of that. And years after writing, Pastor Adigun was the savior of her life, blah blah blah, in the book. But now we are here at this point that now she's a victim of Pastor Adigun's manipulation. Juliana, please, just Pastor Adigun has his own, and I'm going to do a separate video for him and the wife, because there are some things that we should, there are some excesses that, let me leave it for that video. So the questions I have for Juliana, I've already asked. What exactly do you want? Do you want to prosecute this man? Is your sister a minor? Because she has to tell her story. If she's not a minor, she has to tell her story. And also, I presume that most of these things happened in 2015 or 2014, 2015. You must have been 19, 20 years old at the time, because you are 26 now. So you were at the age of understanding. You can't claim that you were not aware of what was happening. Anyway, so you guys, I think this is where I would put my own boots. Let me go and gather myself for the Pastor Timi and his wife, and where they got it all wrong. Yeah, Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I would like to hear, let's have a conversation in the comment section. You guys know that this is a place to have conversations. Let's talk about this issue and what you guys think. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.